What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Alex here from AlexCFE, and today we have another video, another discussion topic to discuss. In general, I feel like, these videos have become a rather regular occurrence, unfortunately. I hate making them, I really do. I really wish that, I had the same motivation, just like spark to make a lot of the deck profiles I used to make, things of that nature. Like, it's really turned me off in general, just standard in the way things are kind of handled on the English side over here. So today we have a couple points to discuss, two major ones, one of them first and foremost being this card right in front of you over here. So Bracing Angel Ladder, this is a new card out of the Triple Drive booster set. These are special sets, so these are typically once a year. They come out sometimes spring, summer, I think somewhere around there. And they're typically kind of a little bit of like a fringe set. They might do like reprints, things of that nature. So kind of an oddity in that regard. They're not like a mainline booster. On top of that, the demand for this has been insane, like even just for the boxes. So getting into the card now itself, we're looking at, just to set the context here, again, if you're a newer player, you haven't been up to date really with this going on, this is like a necessary card in almost every single deck, and it is a triple rare. Once again, it's a Regalia's Piece in Order, and it's printed about, I think it is not confirmed, because obviously the set's not out at the time of recording this video, but from what I've heard and who I've seen open this stuff, it is 4 per case. That is insane. Like, that is absolutely insane. Once again, I mean, we went through this with Messiah last time around, and I made that video. I was like, okay, they'll never do something like this again. The community outcry has been too great. Like, it is what it is at this point. Get your Messiahs. They've since, included it in a couple different places. They've reprinted it, quote unquote, but it's still insanely expensive. Hasn't really done too much. It's just increased the availability, hasn't really diminished the price. I fear the same thing is going to happen with this card. Not only is this for your main standard format, like this is the premier, I guess, format, if you want to call it that. Not in terms of gameplay at all, just in terms of popularity, who shows up for events, things of that nature. This is a necessary card in so many decks, and this is being printed at 4 of, and again, another fringe kind of set case. This is for your main game. Insane. We're seeing the pre-order prices kind of mirror Messiah. I know the normal quote-unquote market price. I'm not going to harp on the market price here, $81. This is still pre-sale. I think it will settle around the $75 though. The lowest I could see this card truly bottoming out, and only for a couple days, is maybe $60. I know 50 cards has done a lot for the community in terms of just dumping a lot of these expensive promos or whatever it is for really good prices. So be on the lookout for him. But aside from that, if you're going on TCG Player trying to look for this card because you need it to play standard, guess what? It is $70. That is just so insane to me. I don't know what else to really say at this point. Like, I feel like a broken record kind of coming out and saying these things. And I know some people too have on Twitter at least, kind of come out and said like, oh, English players are spoiled. They saw this in Japan. They didn't complain when it was out in Japanese. No, 100%. These people, you can go look it up. They went and they said stuff about the release rate on the release ratio when it did come out in Japanese and in JP. Now that it's come out in English, obviously it's our product. Sometimes they've upped the ratios for English. So if you want to say we're spoiled in that regard, so be it. We're still paying exorbitant prices on TCG Player for so many decks at this point. So many nation staples that have just, honestly, I feel like almost ruined this game for me. And believe me, I have the capital to purchase all this. Like, I'm not going to go through what I have, what I am, this and that. It's not a matter of price. It's the matter of value. To me, this is so insane. A $73 barrier to your standard format. It's like, again, go tell your buddy, go pick up a deck set, go make this build, overall it'll be $100. Oh, by the way, almost double the cost of your deck by putting the $73 card in here. It's just ludicrous. It really is crazy. And is this just what we're going to accept now at this point? I don't know. Like, you guys let me down below. I'm kind of frustrated. I'm tying up my words over here. I'm trying not to make a very heated, passionate video in a very negative light, because this is still the only TCG I play. Like, I kind of gave up all my other ones. This is the only thing I have time for. This is where like my community is. This is what I like to do. But to have this card come out like this and just be such a format warper in both premium and you need it in standard, like I said, like, I'm just kind of really turned off by this. And if you want to go hunt boxes for this, let's go look right here. Let's go into Triple Drive Booster. One box is $75 for the set, which is just, I mean, that's not even unreasonable, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna, Simply Unlucky over here, the Yu-Gi-Oh guy, like that. I'm not gonna say anything about the price of this box for what he's charging, but like, there is a scarcity of boxes on this, and if I was a seller too, like, I wouldn't list boxes. I would just crack this product and sell it. Like, the cards in here, you know, you're printing gold. I mean, there's so many good reprints, so many good things in this set. I'm sure, like, when the actual release comes out, we'll see, like, the new decks kind of settle down, because right now, yeah, they're at the, like, $4 mark and whatnot. This isn't a market watch video. I'm not going to get into all that, but it's such, again, a good set ruined by, like, one card, and it's just such a shame that this is kind of the format warper. On top of that, speaking about the format, I want to go over something that, again, I've seen on Twitter, and I'm glad I kind of have seen this, because this has been a sentiment that I've had for such a long time. Oh my gosh, the release schedule for Global, or English, whatever you want to call it, and JP are just way too far off. Like, honestly, insane. Let's look at this. It's March 20th at the time of recording for this video. We're about to get Triple Drive Booster, something that Japan has had for, I don't know, 2 months again. We're about to get in April and May, almost 2 months off now. About a month and some change, whatever. Fated Clash comes out. Like, Japan has had this, and they've been sitting on this. And if you're, you know, just a casual viewer of Cardfight Vanguard on YouTube, like, you're gonna see WCC. Like, they're the biggest, I guess, like, news channel, whatever. Like, I love Kai's content. I love when him and Kelvin get together and do their thing. I watch that every week, every single week, without fail, like, religiously. Like, that's my episode of whatever, my weekly catch-up thing. I've seen these decks now for weeks on end, and how am I supposed to get excited for a product to come out? Like, I get it. Oh, you know, like, you haven't played it yet, whatever. Like, if you're testing these decks, yes, you have played it for this amount of time. We know it's coming out. We're playing just such a long game of catch-up, and I don't know. I don't think that... I don't know off the top of my head. I feel like One Piece is the game you should really be kind of mimicking at this point. I know it's a newer game, this and that, but look how popular this game has gotten. You need to be online. You know, if the pre-registration drops at midnight for a regional, you have to be online at midnight for that regional. Like, that's how popular that game is. Like, it's insane. The cards in that set, like, everything out of the boxes are just such value. I don't think they have the delay. That's my point here. I don't think they have this delay, and it's really become super difficult. I mean, we're getting, what is this, Token Rambu Online, a set that Japan's had for, I'm not even exaggerating, probably a year and a half, I think, something like that. I don't know. Also, you know, I like watching Chris's videos. He's over in Japan. He gets the JP product. He's already had, you know, the opening on his channel. I love to watch that for all three of these deck sets. I have to wait until July. That is nearly, this is 3.85 months away. Like, 3 months and X amount of days, like, away. That is, or three, actually. It's just crazy to me, like, how long we have to wait and how long we've been kind of put in the middle into this, like, limbo zone where, like, okay, we're playing the current meta. And yes, English meta might be a little bit different because we don't have some of the collabs, we don't have some of the promo cards. I totally get it. At the same time, like, this is way too long to drag out. We feel like such an afterthought. I personally, as a consumer of this game, feel like an afterthought with this kind of gap in between. So these are just some of my personal thoughts. Again, I know I'll never work for Bushiroad. I'll never, you know, partner up with them for anything after all the things I've said. I don't personally care. I really do not care. Like I said, I'm going to say this every time something comes out. I'm going to say this every time something is wild, because I don't think where I don't even know where the card went over here. I don't think ladder is acceptable at that printing rate. This is actively going against your player base. Yeah, it's $73. There's so many good things in this set to just spit it right back in your player base's face. It's just insane. This is predatory practice once again for a necessary card, putting it at triple rare. And I get it, they want to inflate their boxes, make it seem like, oh, there's value in this set. Not when everything else is bottoming out and you're chasing this one chase card. Like, let the chase cards be high rarity art. Let the chase cards be things of that nature, not necessary staples to this game. I don't know how many times I have to say it for promos, for this. I mean, it's just ludicrous. It really is crazy. That's the theme of this video over here. So, you know, I'm sorry if this was a little bit of a negative damper on your day. I feel like it just needed to be said, and I wanted to use my platform to kind of say it. But thank you guys so much. If you are interested in purchasing this card or any of the others that you see here today, we do have a TCG player link down in the description below. Absolutely no cost to you. You can help support the channel, because you know Bushiroad will never do that for me going forward. You can shop through that link. Thank you in advance. And if you are enjoying the content, maybe hit that like button, possibly consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you in advance. This is Alex from AlexCFE signing out.